history, everybody. Happy to see you guys. If you're new to the channel, my name's Mike. Go back and watch some of our other videos also. We got some really cool abandoned buildings out there. Today we're going to run out and see an old 1800s barn. The top blew down. From my understanding, I think we can still get down underneath into the basement area. Really cool silo. Let's see if we can get into that. Maybe there's some cool stuff down there. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy the video. Hey, we're down here at this abandoned barn site today. This barn blew over just a couple of years ago, built probably in the late 1800s. I think we can get into that silo, and I think we can get into the basement area. That silo is probably one of the coolest silos I've ever seen. Can't imagine the amount of manpower it took to stack those rocks. It's just unbelievably cool. So this here is the front side of the barn. I think this might get us into the silo here. See if we can get through, but this would have been been able to get into the lower section of the barn from here, I think. But I think access is prohibited. So some old stuff here, but a few old signs, things like that. As I said, this old barn fell down just a couple years ago, but this upper section would have been hay storage and equipment storage in the late 1800s and on into the 1900s. Okay, so we're over on the other side here, and I'm hoping we can get in through the this entrance here. This end of the barn looks like it had some repairs, and we tried to keep it structurally sound with some blocking and things like that. But check out those sliding doors. Unbelievably cool. Huge amount of lumber left here. Okay, let's see if we can get inside. Well, look at that. How cool is that? Stone wall foundation. This barn would have been broken up into 3 sections. This section we're in right now would have been the cattle area. Cows would have came in. Each of those stanchions would have had a cow, and that's where they would have milked them and fed them. That slanted wall there, the feed would have been on the other side of that. The hay and stuff like that. Those hand-hewn log beams above you, and then the hay loft would have been above you. And then the center section would be where the farmers would have worked, fed the cattle from this side. I can't imagine stacking that many rocks. Unbelievable. So there have been cattle all along there, each milked by hand in the late 1800s. Okay, there's going to be a little piece of equipment right there in front of you. That's actually a cream separator. There would have been a bowl on top of that. You pour your milk into that, spin the handle, that separates the cream from the milk. Okay, this right here is the center section where the farmer would have dropped the hay from above, fed the cattle on the left-hand side, and the horses on the right-hand side in those stalls. Okay, up here on the right-hand side would have been the stalls for the horses. You wanted your cattle and your horses separated. There's little boxes on the side of the stalls for grain. And then the hay would have been on the ground in front of them. So remember, late 1800s, you would have draft horses, work horses, horses for your buggy. It's unfortunate, this design, these barns are so expensive to maintain and keep up. The design really isn't very useful in today's world. Let's go through this door. This might get us into that silo. Oh, there it is. Check that out. Whoop. Hold on. Check this out. Just fell into a hole. I don't know what's there, a skunk or who knows what made that hole, but just fell into it, so be careful. Let's get into the silo area. So on your right would be the ladder. You can climb up to the top of the silo. I think I'm going to pass on that, but remember, we're probably 5 or 6 feet below ground level, or below grade. I was really surprised to see the whole inside of that silo is concrete. It's about 1 foot thick with rock concreted to that. And then the silo drops down a few more feet. Let's get in there. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is looking from the inside. Each of those square holes, they would have had boards or something. Look at that ceiling. Craftsmanship up there on that roof. Unbelievable. But each of those holes would have had boards or something to block the silage. And then as you came down from the top through the winter, you just take out another board and get your silage out. But concrete's in unbelievable condition. Can't imagine filling this thing by hand. This had to have been a non-stop survival job in the 1800s. Nothing was spared in this barn. Beautiful building. This is around the back side what's still standing. I don't know if there's anything in here or not. Looks like the roof dropped down. There's a few hand-hewn logs left. Nothing really of any substance, but I don't think we're going to go in there any further. Once again, there's the outside of the silo, and that's going to wrap us up. Thanks for watching Abandoned History. Catch you next time.